let's get very quickly. We'll talk about Darkseid from
Ooh.
comic book until the SnyderVerse. Okay, let's comparison right here. Okay, let's talk about, but we won't talk long. Do you think this is really comic accurate or not really?
I
Because
think
how
it's.
to
I think it is.
explain
Yeah.
these? Do you really think it's really comic book accurate? But now, how to explain his James Gunn fake fans say it's not comic accurate? Very scary, right? It doesn't make no sense. Why? All right, what's
Because
your take on
because
that?
because they want blue. That's the only difference I see. Oh, they didn't get the color blue. Oh, poor baby. Oh, pueblecito. You didn't get the color blue. Now it's not comic accurate. Boo-hoo. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at that
But I
face.
know,
Look at the eyes. Look at the eyebrow arch. There's a big difference here, but it's not the blue. You see the top and how you see more of his head on the Snyder one, and you see less of it on the cartoon. Okay. The reason they did that
yeah,
is because it's not gonna look the
right.
same if they make that CGI. It's actually gonna look kind of tutti frutti. It's gonna look weird. It's not gonna look cool. Dark Side has to look cool. Dark Side has to look menacing. If Dark Side even looks a little bit funny, then what's the difference between him and Thanos? You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Thanos' face, you're gonna laugh because Thanos is supposed to be scary, but when you look at Thanos' face, he looks like he's got a big ass bald chin. Like his chin is made of testicles, bro. I swear. But with Darkseid, there's no joke. There's no funny. There's no laugh. Look at that. I don't care if it's the comic or the Snyder one. That looks like, look, I'm gonna do something right now. I'm gonna put my hand on that side. Okay, that's Darkseid. That looks like Darkseid to me. I'm gonna switch sides. Yeah, that's Darkseid. That looks like
Right.
Darkseid to me. And I watched the comics. I mean,
Yep.
I've read the comics and I've
It looks
watched the show. That is Darkseid. That looks the closest thing you're gonna get to fucking accuracy, man. Is it blue? No, but I don't need it to be blue. There's a lot of shit they changed like that. I mean, look at what they did with the Superman suit. It wasn't the exact same blue. It's like a realistic blue or whatever. And then look at the fucking James Gunn Superman suit. They changed the logo of the S. Oh
oh
my
that one.
god.
I would. Okay, I'll show you that one. Hold on, let
Yeah,
me to the
yeah.
compare
They
that.
they
Here
they
we
fucking
go. Look at
look at
this.
this.
Look at it
Look at
on the
this.
left.
Yeah,
That's
look at
SnyderVerse,
the oh
and then on
my
the right,
god.
that's GunnVerse.
Oh my god.
That one I capture right there. This is fucking beyond my brain, and I go. I thought,
Okay.
if you remember, what I thought James Gunn, he says he's never going to use Darkseid, and now he's going to use the Darkseid. Why? It
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
make no
full of
fucking
shit.
no sense.
He's
Why?
full of shit. He's full of
He's
shit. I'll
full of
tell you
shit.
why.
It kind
You
of
know
looks
why?
like a
You know
bubble
why?
hologram shit.
You know why he said no before and now he's doing it now? Because somebody higher up said, yes, you are. What? Yes, you are. We paid you. You signed a contract. You're making Darkseid. Oh, all right, fine. I'll make Darkseid, but I'm gonna do it my way. We don't give a fuck what you do. Just make him. And that's the problem. Listen to what I just said. The upper higher ups are like, we don't care what you do. Just make sure you make him. You signed a contract. You're gonna make Darkseid. So he goes from sticking up for the fans to becoming a shill. He's a shill. He's such a full of fucking shit artist, man. I swear. Now, what I will say to the fans, because we're talking about respect the fans, give the fans what they want. I have to be honest here. When you look at this image, yeah, okay, that image on the right side does look a little more like the comic version. Okay, it does. But why? Because of the blue. It's because of the blue. It's because of the blue. And I'll give you another reason. It looks less scary. It looks less dark. It looks more cartoony. It looks more kid-friendly. Well, that's what the comics are. So why can't we make that for the movies too? Dude, I'm telling you, the wrong people are in charge making these decisions. Yes, the left side does not look exactly like the fucking comic book. But you know what it does represent? The actual character from the comic book. Like when that guy spoke, mind you, we rarely hear him speak, which is good. You don't want to hear Darkseid speak a lot because it's that takes away the mystery. He doesn't talk that much, and when he does, what he says is clear and to the point, and you're not mincing words. You are scared shitless when you're listening to him. And I'm just talking about the people that are like in the world with him. For us watching it, we're like, oh my God, dude. For me, I was like, dude, this is dark side. This is the dark side I've been wanting and waiting for so long. I wasn't so focused on how he looked because the essentials were there. The way his head looked, the way his face looked, the way his eyes looked, and the way his clothes look somewhat. Obviously, the clothes look different there. But he's got the Omega sign on, right? Is it the same position? No, I think it's upside down on that one, right? And then on this one,
It's upside down. That's
yeah.
But wait,
Not
I'll
a,
tell you,
not a
that's
big deal.
Snyder's on the left. That's Snyder's,
Yeah, Snyder's on the left. I know. But I'm just
right?
saying it's upside down on the Snyder one.
Yes.
Okay, so that's not a big deal. Is it noticeable? Yes. Can you compare it to the original and go, that's different? Yes. But what I'm trying to say is that if I have to have a trade-off, if you have to make me decide between, look, we're going to make Darkseid, but either you're going to have him look more like the cartoon and less act like him, or you're going to have him act more like the cartoon and less look like him. I know you guys want the look more. I'm telling you, you want it the other way around. You want him to act more like Darkseid, and yeah, he kind of looks like Darkseid, but not that much. I'm telling you, you want it this way. I know you don't want to hear it. A lot of you are like, no, I don't want it that way. You're not gonna tell me what I want. Bro. The fucking the proof is in the pudding. It really is. Because think about Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds, when he wears the Green Lantern outfit, he looks like Green Lantern, bro. He does. Except there's one problem.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps talking.
Yep.
He keeps opening his mouth. Every time I got to hear Ryan Reynolds talk as Green Lantern, I want to take the nails and scratch them against the fucking chalkboard. It's the same noise. I hear the same noise. I'm just like, oh my God, that is not fucking. It's like Deadpool acting like fucking Green Lantern, bro. I swear. He's always been Deadpool. He never realized it. He has always been Deadpool. He's always acted like that kind of like smart ass. I know everything. I have a joke for everything. I never get mad. That kind of demeanor. He's always been like that. So I think he's a great casting choice for Deadpool, but not for every other role he's in. And he's like that in every other role he's in. So again, go back to Darkseid here. I like it when they act more like the character from the comic. I don't care so much if they look exactly like that. And right here, we have that example here where like he's caring more about how he looks and less about how he acted from the comics and from the show. That's my opinion. You know, it's not hard fact. You guys think what you want to think, but I look at these two images and I immediately go, you know, honestly, this is a movie. And that thing on the right side there that you're calling Darkseid, this blue thing on the side on the right, that looks like it came out of a video game. If you want my complete, blunt, honest opinion.
It was.
Okay.
Yes.
It is a video. Okay. I'm about to say, if it looks like that.
But it was the video game. It's actually, I forgot it was his name. I think it's called
the other one.
It's like a simulators when you go to the museum. Call it Superman Triumph, whatever you call it.
I think that's
that
I don't
one.
Remember.
It looks better. But you know what's the jokes on them? It's because it looks like a PlayStation 1 or 2 video game graphics looks like. The Darkseid version. That's what happens.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. It's just like dude, accuracy can only go so far. How about we get both of best worlds? How about we please everybody? How about we get the look of that Darkseid with the voice and the acting of this Darkseid and mix it together? Make everybody happy, right? Now it looks the way they want and it acts the way we want. They don't even do that. It's always left or right, up or down. It's like it's always they're always Meryl Streep in that movie where the Nazi says you have choose one of your children. You can only keep one of your children. How are you gonna pick between one of your kids? You know what I mean? You can't. And I feel like for directors and
Right.
writers, they have to do somewhat of the same thing where they have to choose, like, how do I choose? And they try to find that middle ground. I feel like the SnyderVerse Dark Side is the perfect middle ground. It really is. But, you know, I've had this conversation with two of my other friends who are considerably younger than me. Not too much younger. One's a little younger, like 4 years younger, and the other one is about 13 years younger than me. And they both love the new Superman movie. They love it. And they're the same shit we argue about.
Oh.
They argue about the same shit, but on the other side, like, yeah, but like, it's the first time we ever got like comic accurate Superman and comic accurate this and comic accurate that. And I was like, okay, that's good. I'm happy that makes you happy because you clearly know more about that shit than I do for it to make you feel that way. So that's a good sign. The problem is that's like a veil, a thin sheet, a very thin curtain. What's behind the curtain? And you spread the curtain open and you look and you're like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Who made this movie? James Gunn. Oh my God, I'm never watching a James Gunn movie again. And then you have the other side where those two, they're like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? This shit is so good. That movie it was too realistic. You know what the biggest problem people have with Man of Steel? Are you ready for this? It's too realistic. Man of Steel.
Too realistic.
Man of Steel. A man
my
who
God.
flies in the sky, come from another planet. It's too realistic. So you're telling me that making a comic book story about a man who comes from another planet and has superpowers and is basically God, you're mad that they made that realistic? That they tried to make that as believable as possible? Are you fucking crazy? Oh my God, this is like people who have issues with the Dark Knight. With the Dark Knight, bro. Look, I get it. I get what Christopher Nolan was going for with the Dark Knight. But dude, it worked. It worked. Right. It was realistic. It was believable, like something that could happen in our world. But at the same time, there was plenty of like, that's never going to happen. Well, that's never going to happen. That could never happen in real life. But because he made it realistic, it was like, dude, it was so fucking good. I enjoyed it. I was so in it. And I think it's because it goes beyond realistic shit. I think the core, Ty, is that it's all about, is it a good movie? Is it actually a good movie? Is there a good script? Is there good music? Is there good cast? Is there a good director? Is there good lighting? Is there good CGI? Dude, every tiny little detail matters. Every little thing. And back in the day, that's how they did it. And it would take 4 years to make a really good movie. 4 years. Sometimes 3. But when the movie came out, man, did they make their money back and then some. The movies did so good, sometimes they extended it in the theater for a little longer. Sometimes they brought it back in the theater. Well, guess what? The difference between now and then, they're still doing that now, but they're doing that now because they're desperate. Because they didn't get the return that they thought they were going to get when the movie first came out. So they put it in the theater again a few months later. They hope to see, oh, let's see if we can get the other half. No, you're not getting that other half. You're not getting what you made. You're not getting what you paid to make the movie. You're going to get less every time because you have less people wanting to see this shit. Dude, it's just not, movies are not made the way they used to be. So this Dark Side here on the left was made by a director who wants to make a really good movie and also likes DC. James Gunn, he's making this shit as a director who just basically wants to make what's cool. What's cool? What's cool or not? Well, what? I mean, isn't that the same thing? It's not. It's not. a good movie doesn't have to be cool. A lot of good movies don't get admitted they're good movies until years later. They're cult classics or whatever, you know? Like a lot of people hated Batman Begins when it
yeah.
first came out, and everybody loves it now. When Heath Ledger got announced as the Joker, everybody hated it. The movie came out, everybody loves Heath Ledger as the Joker now. It's the greatest. Everybody forgets this shit.
Thank
People
you.
forget this shit. They forget it, you know?
Wow.
And then people like you and me are
Wow.
stuck here remembering it. And the only reason why we're remembering it is because one, it was really good, but two, because we're looking at all this other shit that's been coming out lately. Like, oh my God, what happened? How did it go from here to down here? I don't. When did that happen? And for me, that dark side on the left side, the Snyder dark side, that's up here. That's up here. And I know about the comics.
Right.
I didn't just start learning about DC and Darkseid last week. Okay? I've been knowing about this shit since I was a fucking kid. And I'm still like saying the comic accuracy can only go so far. You should be doing that and be doing a good movie as well. I don't see that from Gunn. I think the focus is too much on, well, does he look like the character from the comic? Is he wearing the same outfit from the comic? Does he have the same haircut as the comic? Because then it's good.
Yeah.
It has to look exactly like the way it does from the comic. And then we'll worry about the story later.
Right.
I'm telling you, dude, that's what it feels like. It may not be going that way behind the scenes. We don't know for sure, but like it feels like that. And aren't we supposed to be the ones that you care about the most? The fans, the people paying to go and see the theater? But there's more and more paying to see the theater just to see the movie. There's not a lot of really moviegoers anymore, bro. People who go to the theaters now, a lot of times it's an event. It's an event. All right, get the kids. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, we went. Take all the pictures. Chacho, the whole fucking take a picture in front of the movie theater. Look at all the Mando and Grogu poster pictures that are coming out on Facebook now. They take pictures in front of the poster, like, hey, we went to see it. It's a statement now. They're posting those pictures more now as a social media statement to tell people, hey, I support this movie, as opposed to when it used to be where when I took a picture in front of a movie theater poster is because I wanted to do that. It wasn't because I want everybody to know I went to see this movie and I support this movie. I support LGBT or some bullshit. Like, dude, the fucking... By the way, there's nothing wrong with LGBT. You can support whatever the fuck you want. I really don't care if you're gay, straight, black, yellow, green with polka dots. You like Trump, you don't like Trump. I don't care. You know what I care about? Are you making a good movie because you want to make a good movie, or because you know it's going to make some money? It's going to make... And then, obviously, those two should go together, right? Well, it's a business. They have to want to make money. Yeah, but the reasoning behind making the money. Are you making that money because you're trying to support an agenda and trying to get on social media posts and trying to be the #1 headline on Twitter? Or are you making this movie because you want to make money, because you want to make a good movie? It's that simple. And I don't see a lot of people wanting to make a good movie anymore. They just want to make what people think, what they think people want. They don't even know what people want anymore. They don't ask. They just go off the gross, off the ticket sales. So to go back to what Ty was saying, you guys need to listen to what he's saying. For those of you who watch him on the regular, Ty, you've said one thing this whole fucking stream that just it sticks in my head every time. Close your wallets. Because it's the only thing they listen to. Close the fucking wallet. You see this shit? Close it. Because this is the only thing they're gonna listen to. If you keep going to the theater and paying to see the movie that, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. If you're paying for that ticket, they don't know what your personal, they don't care what you're writing on YouTube. They don't care about our stream. They care about the ticket. You bought the ticket. You must like it. Well, you went, you paid for it. You saw it. So, okay, we're gonna make another one. It's ridiculous. Close your wallet. Stop paying for this fucking garbage. That's a great image.
That one right there.
That's my fake laugh, by the way. That's not my real laugh.
No. It's all good because that's AI. Because I'm thinking, Oh shit, here we go. Here's the hashtags, two of them. You got it right here. So we don't care what they saying. All we want is a good entertainment. That's it. Like CS the director said, we just want a good entertainment. That's it. Not we just don't want with these whole nonsense woke agendas or anything like that. I don't care. Politics, I don't care either. We just want a good entertainment. That's it. If they don't like it, then well, let's close. Look at this.
Yeah.
That's bottom line the answers.
Yep. Bottom
There you
line,
go.
you don't like the product, you don't buy it. When I get wronged at a restaurant or like a food store and I don't like the service, I don't go there anymore. Is it going to stop them from making money? Probably not, because everybody goes to these places, right? When you walk out, 3 more people walk in. But if you keep doing this, less people keep walking in the store, less people keep buying stuff, and then what happens? The store goes out of business. The movie company is not going to go out of business, but their style or the way they go of like their method of making movies needs to go out of business. This needs to be put to fucking rest already. They got to stop. Like it's not so much the ideas they have, and it's more so how they're getting the ideas. How it's the way they're thinking, not the ideas. The ideas are going to suck no matter what if you're not thinking with the right mindset, right? And what is the right mindset? Keeping the fans first. Which fans? The diehard fans, the fans that have always been there. You know, there are answers for all these questions. It's just people don't want to answer them. And the people who do answer them are not in the position to do anything about it, unfortunately. Because if they were, I mean, look at Star Wars Theory on YouTube. He would have, if he had the power, he could change Star Wars right now, and we would all follow him because he's the leading voice in the Star Wars fans that feel that they've been wronged, the same way DC fans have been wronged, the same way Marvel fans have been wronged, but they don't all have that voice to speak for them. Star Wars has a voice on YouTube. His name is Star Wars Theory, the biggest and most popular Star Wars uploader ever on YouTube. And dude, people are really just wanting him to take over because he knows what we want. And he's not going to give it to us like in this fake way or this agenda way. He's going to give it to us straight up the way we want it and how we want it. And he's not going to make us pay all this shit to get it either. It's just boom, there it is. I think he's already doing something. He's doing a Vader movie. He's doing Vader Part 2. He got the voice of Kratos.
Yeah.
The voice of Kratos.
I saw that the Vader. Yeah. It was such an amazing. Dude, it's
because he's Mace Windu. The voice of Kratos, the original Kratos from the PS2 games. That is the guy who played Mace Windu in the CGI Clone Wars show, the cartoon CGI show. That's Mace Windu's voice. So he got him to be part of his Vader movie Part 2. So it's going to feel so grounded. It's going to feel so like, oh my God, it's like it picked up where it left off. Because he went out of his way to do these things, as opposed to the easy way that Hollywood would do and go, no, let's get somebody that sounds like him. It'll be cheaper, and we can do it faster. It's all about how fast, how cheap they can do it, because the faster they can make a movie and the cheaper they can make a movie, the faster their movie can get out there to the masses, and the faster they can make more money. It's that simple. It's that simple. They don't want to take their time anymore. I don't see a movie taking 4 years anymore. I think Christopher Nolan is probably the first director I've heard in a long time. And I don't think Odyssey is going to be good, by the way. I'm just saying that out now because of who they got to rewrite the script.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation. But like, everybody else, they make a movie in 2 years now, in 1 year now. That's not enough time for me. I'm sorry. That feels rushed. That feels rushed.
I think it's rushed. But yeah, but what CS is talking about, that he never liked Robert Pattinson as a person. Nothing against it, but he didn't like
as an actor.
The roles.
I don't like him as an actor.
Odyssey, and now he said he never liked Robert Pattinson's Batman. And I agree with him. Nothing against it, but it's just don't see it, but we just want to prefer Ben Affleck's Batman. How do you explain this?
Yeah. I think from the very beginning, I just didn't like him as an actor. He's famous for being Edward from Twilight. I saw those movies.
Yeah.
I didn't even believe that he was a vampire. I didn't even believe the shit he said. I don't enjoy him as an actor in general. There was one movie that I feel that he did good in. I don't even remember the name. I think it's called Lighthouse. I could be wrong. But it's with Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe. William fucking Dafoe, the green motherfucking goblin. It's a black and white movie. It's about both of them living together or some shit, being together in a lighthouse or some shit. I don't really know the premise, but I had interest to see that movie because of, I don't know, he wasn't acting himself. He just wasn't acting like himself. Now, then I watched Batman and I was like, well, he went back to the same bullshit. That's Edward from Twilight in a Batman suit. Driving a muscle car, driving a goddamn muscle car, and then pretending to call it the Bat. That's not a Batmobile. That's not a fucking Batmobile. Get that shit out of my face, man. Take that to a muscle car show where it belongs.
I know, but that what CS is talking about, the Robert Pattinson's Batmobile, it kind of looks like a fucking Fast of the Furious. It kind of looks like the Batmobile.
It looks like a Batmobile. It looks like a Batmobile. You ever play GTA Online? And they do those custom cars?
No.
Oh, on GTA Online, they take like the Ghostbusters car, or they take the Batmobile, and they change it a little bit. Like it's the okay, they have the Batmobile in GTA 5. They call it the Vigilante. Mm-hmm. The front part and the cockpit is basically 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile. The front part with the turbine engine. I like that one. Okay. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Batmobile. Always will be my favorite.
Yeah,
Number one.
I like too. Yeah, I like it.
In GTA, they took that car style, right? And they put that in the front because in GTA, they can't use the exact same car or they have to pay license, right? So they get a little funny with it. The front is 1989 Michael Keaton, and the whole back is the Tumbler from Batman Begins. The way the back looks with the big wheels and the big back shit, the way the back of it looked with the thruster, the fire and all that. It's so weird, to be honest with you, because I have it and I look at it and I'm like, half the car I like, but then when you're driving a car in GTA, you're always looking at the back of the car. Mm-hmm. Man, I can't stand looking at the back of that car, bro. I hate it. I'm like, oh God, I don't drive it no more. I don't like the way the Tumbler looks. I was never a fan of the Tumbler. I was never a fan of the tank. I like the bike coming out of the car, and I like the plane, the Batwing from Dark Knight Returns or whatever. But fucking was it Lives Again? I don't remember the third Dark Knight. But fucking dude, Rises, Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, the Batwing. Yeah. I like that. That was cool. But the Batmobile, and then okay, so I didn't like the Nolan Batmobile. I didn't like who the fuck directed? Was it Matt Reeves? I didn't like the Matt Reeves Batmobile. I didn't like that either. That's not a Batmobile. It went from a tank to a car.
No, that's not.
Stupid. It's stupid. I'll take Batman and Robin Batmobile any day over that shit. Give me the Batman and Robin Batmobile. Okay? Or even Batman Forever.
Oh my God. Right.
Even the Batman Forever Batmobile.
Oh, Batman Forever.
Right? That Batmobile was cool. I didn't like it as much as, I mean, dude, 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile is the best Batmobile. It's even better than the 1960 show version. I know a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
When I say that, look, Adam West Batman is always going to be the number one Batman. It's where it's at. He's OG. Just like Christopher Reeve, number one Superman, always. But You're gonna tell me right now what I'm gonna pick? It's gonna be not Christopher Reeve. I'm gonna pick Henry Cavill. I'm gonna pick Henry Cavill as my Superman. Isn't that crazy? That took a long time for that to happen. Well, what does that mean? That
Yeah.
means that new movies can still have new actors and still be just as good as the original. But I'm not feeling like that about Batman. To this day, I still say best Batman, Michael Keaton. Best Batman, Michael Keaton. Best Bruce Wayne, Michael Keaton. I'm not saying that anymore about Christopher Reeve. And I still like Christopher Reeve. Why? Because it's like you gotta try new shit, but you gotta do it the right way. And you gotta pay respect to the old shit. So why don't I like any of the other new shit? Because the other new shit sucks. It sucks. It's not as good. It don't make me feel good when I watch it. But when I see that Batmobile,
Oh, wow.
oh my God, when I see that Batmobile, I turn into a kid again. Every Comic-Con, every time I see it, I'm a 5-year-old kid. You know how you get, like, if you meet an actor for the first time, and you're like, oh my God, can you sign my autograph? I've seen all your movies. I fucking love you. I don't ever get like that. I swear to you, I'm not lying. I've met a lot of actors. I don't get like that. I don't get like that. I get like that with the cars. When I see the Batmobile, I'm 5 years old. I forget everybody else. Whoa, bro. And I'm like, oh, I'm taking pictures. Can I sit in it? I want to sit in it. I want to sit. Like, the cars are the movie stars for me now. And that Batmobile, that's number one to this day, man. And I didn't mean for this to turn into Batmobile talk, but to go back to what you were saying about CS has a point. He has a very big point.
Yeah.
He's got a few points, to be honest with you, to make about that shit. But, like, yeah, that's not a Batmobile. That's a fucking car that belongs in Fast and Furious and in Tokyo Drift and Midnight Club and all that shit. That's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But
Yeah. I know. But let's not forget Ben Affleck's Batmobile. It's kind of like mix from the Tim Burton's 89 and Nolan's Batmobile, the Toppler. It's kind of mixed. That SnyderVerse, I like that Batmobile.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't remember. I kind of remember a little bit in Batman versus Superman when Aquaman, he jumps on top of the car. A man in a bat suit. You're crazy. You're crazy. When like that, whatever that scene was, I kind of remember a little bit, but not really. I need to see a picture. I need to see a picture of that car again. I won't say that car sucks. I won't say that car is good until I see it. Because I don't really remember it. I mean, look, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying I think that says enough already that I don't remember that movie. And I've seen Batman versus Superman 3 times. And then I saw the Snyder cut 3 times as well. Holy shit, that's crazy. I've seen them both 3 times. Not on purpose. I don't know why. 3 is the magic number. But I don't remember the car. I remember the tank, that giant thing, the claw with that they go into and then the water breaks and they stop Steppenwolf with the water. You remember the tank that climbs up the wall like the spider?
It's called the tank. That's a different one from Snyder
That's a different one, right? I'm thinking of something else there because I know that's from the comics too. I know that's from the comics. I remember that.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. And of course, the tank, that's from the end of Snyder cut. That's based on The Dark Knight Returns. I remember that.
Yeah, I got to see that. I got to see that. The one you're talking about. The one that's a mix between the one from Batman versus Superman. I don't remember what it looks like. Does it have a top, or does it has no top?
All right, show me it again.
My Batmobiles. Yeah, so these are my 2 favorite Batmobiles. This is the movie 1989, Michael Keaton. We know about this one. We already know about this one. Love it.
Oh yeah,
but this is the cartoon. This is the Batman animated series Batmobile, the first one. New Adventures,
that one,
the New Adventures of Batman. That one they changed the look of the Batmobile. They changed the whole art style, to be honest with you. But this is the animated series Batmobile I like. This is the only other one I really liked that much besides besides this one. There's been a lot of Batmobiles, you
This
know,
is
and there,
Kevin Conway's. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's a good one. You know what? That's what I'm gonna say from now on. Kevin Conroy's Batmobile. That's what I'm gonna say from now on. Yeah. Oh, whoa! What the
Yeah.
fuck? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I kind of remember this now. Okay. All right.
Oh, there you go. That one I talking about. What do you think that one? So
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like it. Like the first initial reaction is I like it. I wish it was more black though. Maybe it's the lighting, but I wish it was
yeah.
full on black, like dark matte, or maybe a glossy. I think a glossy would look better, or like a matte glossy. So not too shiny, but not too faded. I like the guns. I love that they're still incorporating guns in this Batman, even though it's not like Michael Keaton Batman where he's killing people left and right. um,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
still
but
pretty
that's
cool.
similar. Looks like a Keaton and Christopher Bale's Batmobile mix. I like that
Yeah,
one
it is a
better
very good
than
mix. There's a
the
good
Robert
balance here.
Pattinson's.
Very good balance.
Yes.
I wish we could do a 360. We don't have to though. I'm going off what this here. Dude, this ain't bad. Oh, my one problem. I would want the gun in the front to go away. It can come out when it needs to, but that needs to go away. That can't be out all the time. That looks kind of weird with that big Gatling gun right in the front because it makes it look more like a war vehicle than a Batmobile. The Batmobile should just look like a Batmobile, and when it wants to, it can transform into like a tank kind of shit. So I feel like that gun in the
Yeah.
front, should get the fuck out of there. Get that out of there. And then when it's time for him to fight, then break the gun out. I don't know if that's actually what happens, and they just have it out there for the model. But I would love to see this car without that gun in the front, to see the flat smoothness in the front, and to see the grill more. I want to see the face of I want to see the mouth of the car more. I want to see the lights stick out more. You know, every Batmobile has lights
I
in the
think it's
front.
done lights.
You think what?
Yeah, they should have used the lights. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they should have. I don't know. Maybe they do, and we're not seeing it. If the lights are there, they're not in the front. I don't want them on the tire either, because that tire has its own thing on the side. I would rather see the lights on the frame of the car. But let me see. I like the way the window where you sit, the cockpit, that looks really good. That's very Batman. That's paying homage to the original Michael Keaton one, where like the front shoots out like a plane, like a jet. I like that. It
Yeah.
needs wings.
Yeah.
Where are the bat wings, bro? This is where it loses me. They tried to make it too realistic. They tried to make it like, well, what would it look like in real life? I don't give a fuck what you think it looks like in real life. Make it look like the Batmobile. And the Batmobile
Right.
always has these. Where the fuck are these? That's an easy
With
fix
these.
too. I could
Exactly.
see this as a custom. All you got to do is take the wings off here, put them on the back there. That's a modern day Batmobile. I like it. In the long run, I like it. But personally, as you can hear, I have some tweaks I would like to make to it. I would like to change some things to it. But in the long run, it's better than the fucking Tumbler, right? And it's better
Yeah,
than that
right.
fucking muscle car Fast and Furious shit. This looks like a Batmobile. Trying to be too realistic and
Oh
shit, and
my
trying to
God. I
explain
agree.
the year one shit. I'm sorry, the year one shit I never really cared about. I don't think there's enough of a fan base out there that really want to see how Batman went from scratch to riches. And if there is, you're not doing it right. Because I know Lucius Fox was an
Right.
easy way to explain how he went from a billionaire that doesn't really know much about gadgets to all of a sudden he knows about gadgets, he knows about this, he's got this. Where'd it all come from? How'd he get it so fast? I like what Nolan did with Lucius Fox because it showed Batman trying to make it himself in the beginning. But then Alfred tells him, like,
Right.
realistically, we're not built for this. We can't, like, this is some high grade shit you're talking about. So he goes to Lucius. And Lucius has access to all of it already. And most of it looks high-tech already. It's just it has the army paint job on it. So he says, does it come in black? I love that. I love that. There's a lot I loved
Yeah.
about it, but the whole look of that car, bro, it was so like, oh my gosh, shoot me now. And then the most stupidest thing of that movie, it's the only part I don't like about that movie. And I tell people this all the time. Batman Begins, when the car goes stealth and is on the highway, turns all the lights off. Oh, where'd it go? Where did that giant motherfucking the size
Yeah.
of a huge tank car go? I don't know. Where'd it go? I can't see it. Oh my God, it's still. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. The nighttime does not get dark enough for you not to be. So you can see all the other cars, but that big black spot that you can't see. Oh, I can't see it. Where'd it go? Dude, it was so stupid. It's not realistic. It's not believable. And that movie was supposed to be about believable, realistic shit. And I'm like, that's the most unrealistic part of this movie. No way in hell people are all of a sudden not going to be able to see that giant car. And he's still on the highway. It's not like he was driving on the houses. He did that already. He was on the highway when he turned stealth mode. I was just like, this is a stupid Batmobile, bro. I fucking hate this Batmobile. It's so stupid, bro. And then they saved it in
I
Dark Knight.
know.
They saved it because when he
Oh,
comes
they
out that
saved it. What, you talk about the tumblers?
yeah, the bike, when the bike comes out of the tumbler, then I liked it.
Oh.
Because it's dead, because the car's dead. That's why I liked it. I was
Oh.
like, yes,
Oh,
no more
yeah.
tumbler. Yeah, just the
Oh my
bike.
God.
Good. And I like the way the bike, I like the way that idea, whoever had that idea to make the bike do the tumbler shit, so he doesn't have to actually turn.
Right.
He could just like roll and go straight. Dude, that's Batman. That's Batman. That is something they would have done in the
Right.
cartoon or the comics, but they just made it up on their own. Dude, it's so fucking good as I'm talking about it. And then I think about now, and I'm like, damn, bro, I wish the movies were still like that. I wish Batman was still, I wish I still like Batman, bro. Like, it's sad
Yeah.
that we have to say that now. It's so sad, man.
Yeah, that's fine with you. So I totally agree on 100% because all these Batmobiles are better than that of the Robert Pattinsons. Do you okay with this? So I agree with you saying it's not. This is Fast and the Furious, but this one right here, what we talk about, that's fucking badass.
This one's badass.
All
No,
these
I agree.
Batmobiles
This
are
one's
fine,
badass.
the
Yeah.
best. Yeah.
This is bad. No, this is
Yeah.
badass. I'm saying this one
All
right
right.
here, this is badass. Out of all the ones we talked about, I would take these two, right? But then if you made me pick one more, this one. I would pick this over Batman Forever. I would pick this over Batman and Robin. I would pick this over the Batman
Yeah.
60s show. Obviously the Tumblr, obviously that fucking Matt Reeves Fast and Furious shit. Dude, this is pretty
Yeah, I
badass.
agree.
Thank you for showing this to me again too, because I completely forgot this thing existed.
I know that's what I try to figure it out because I forgot. Yeah, that's what I forgot to show you this. So, let me go to one more. It's only
Okay.
a few quickly. Okay, if you remember the Superman statue, if you talk about what CS talking about, if you even know this or not, because on the left before that statue, Superman, he has 3 fingers, and then the rest of it on the top is 5 fingers. Now, one could imagine it was supposed to be five arc films, could be the SnyderVerse. Now, if the SnyderVerse will be restored, look at it after. This is before and after. If the SnyderVerse will be restored, then it will be complete, including his Justice League 2 and 3. So what do you think? It's only quickly thoughts. What would you think about that?
I think it's what we all really want. I don't know if we're gonna get it, but it's what we all really want. I mean, if you look at this image closely on the left, it's not just the fingers. The first thing I noticed was the cracks. There's a lot of cracks in the look at the wrist. Look at the what is that? His right wrist. There's a crack right here. And then there's a crack going
Right.
across his pectoral chest. Compare it to that one, the cracks are gone. Those lines are gone. Added the finger. I saw that.
Yeah.
Uh, there's ruffles in the cape on the shoulder here with his hand going up like this right here. On the before, there's some folds on
Yeah.
the after. No folds, smooth. Yeah. No, I'm just saying I'm doing this on my phone, so I can't do this big screen. But if I had a big screen, I could probably notice some more differences. But going back to the question
Oh,
you
that's
asked,
okay.
um, yeah, I want the one on the right side. If the right side is SnyderVerse continued, I want the one on the right side. But honestly,
Right.
I don't see much of a
But
difference
yeah.
between these two. I don't really see that much of a difference because they're both depicting the same art that he does with his visual style. You know, like they're both showing Superman as like this angelic being, as this like godly being or whatever. I like both statues because they're both from Snyder, right? And if you told me one of these were not Snyder, then you would have fooled me. You would have fooled me because they don't really look that much different. But there are some subtle differences. And I think people need to expect this to be the same thing like the
But
movie.
yeah.
So like before is Justice League 4-hour cut. The after is everything we get after. Literally, if we get Justice League 2 or 3, that's the after. Why am I saying this? Because they are the same image, which means they're the same director, they're the same movie, right? But subtle differences. And only a trained eye can see these subtle differences. So I think that people are going to say Justice League 2 and Justice League 3 are not as good as the Snyder cut. I have a funny feeling that's going to happen. Is that really what's going to happen? I don't know. I hope not. But time tends to tell these things. And a lot of times, the longer you wait, the worse it is. I want you to tell me, because there's not many, there's very, very few, but I want you to tell me the last time you saw a sequel to a movie that came out 20 years ago and it was good. For example, Tron Legacy. There's about 20 to 30 years in between the first movie and second movie, and a lot of new technology advances in making movies, clearly. There's a big gap of time. And I don't know, for me personally, when those movies come out years later, they're not good. They're bad. It's like, why did you do this? You're just trying to milk the IP dry. Like, look at Beetlejuice 2. Why? Why? If you were gonna make Beetlejuice, you should have made that 4 years after the original movie. It's somewhat close to the still tame by. You waited almost 30 years, maybe more, to fucking make this movie. How is it gonna even be close to the original movie? How is it gonna even feel the same? It's not. So when I watch Beetlejuice, and then I watch Beetlejuice, the sequel, they're not in the same universe. They're not in the same world. Same actors, same people, same characters. Yeah. But it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel connected. It feels like Beetlejuice feels like Saturday Night Live made their own Beetlejuice movie. That's what I felt like I was watching. The Saturday Night Live version of Beetlejuice. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is not the Tim Burton I remember. This is not the fuck. What happened, man? What the fuck happened? Too much time. It fades. Like everything in life, skills will fade if you don't stay at it. You like a basketball player needs to keep playing basketball every day of his life. If a basketball player goes a year without playing basketball and then gets hired to be a famous basketball player again and just goes immediate without practice, not gonna look pretty. It's gonna be like, what happened, bro? Damn, what happened? What happened was it's the same thing that happened. Like
Yeah.
look at all the hero movies. You know, the hero movie where it's like, I used to be a hero, but my girlfriend died. So now I hang up the mantle. I am no longer Spider Noir. I am no longer Batman because I lost the love of my life. And then 20 years later, they're pretending to live like a normal person. They see something bad happen. They can't help it. They have to fight. And now they're the hero again. Well, they're a little rusty, right? Right? They're a little rusty. They got to learn how to be the hero again. It's the same thing with the movies. But it never works. It never fucking works. Tron Legacy I bring up because it's a rare anomaly that you made a sequel that's just as good or a little better than the original movie. Terminator 2, that was good because it didn't happen so long after the original. Aliens, not so long after the original. Like, did it happen right away? No. There was some years. But like, you're gonna fucking make Godfather 3 was the last one. So you think it's a good idea to make Godfather Part 4 right now? You think they should make Godfather 4 right now? How about Scarface 2?
No.
How about all the movies?
That never
all
happened.
the movies. You know what I'm saying? These movies don't belong having a sequel. These movies were made. Some movies were made to not have a sequel, to just let it be. Step Brothers, I wanted a Step Brothers 2. I really wanted Step Brothers 2. I think it was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. Don't make it anymore. Please don't make it now. It's too late. It's too late. Too much time has gone by. They don't look the same age. They look way too older than we want them to be. I don't want this. They're doing it with Lord of the Rings. They're making another Lord of the Rings, a movie. Stephen Colbert is writing it. The fuck? And then they have, what's his name, who played Aragon? He's coming back to play Aragon. And he's supposed to be Aragon in between one of the movies, like in between Two Towers and Return of the King, or in between Fellowship of the Ring. I don't know. It's in between. It's a prequel. It's an in between where they're going after Gollum. But he's supposed to be Aragon again and look exactly the same. He's so much older. So what are they gonna do? Probably de-age. And we all know how great de-aging goes, right? They did really well with de-aging, right? Like, oh my God, dude, it's just.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. But you could clearly see like before and after. But let me tell you that image right here, it's another symbolic. You know why this happens? On the left, before, when Superman is fighting in Doomsday, and then all of a sudden the Death Statue is damaged. You know why? What happens? The reality? Because WB is broken relationship with Zack Snyder. And if the SnyderVerse will be restored, David will be fixed. If you saw that video, what CS is talking about, he was right. This was a couple years ago, before that it could be fixed.
Yep.
It's called Faith and Hope is Never Lost. So restore the SnyderVerse and release the air cut. This is what we wanted, people. And I guarantee you for this is exactly what we want. And the rest of them don't make it another sequels. And I agree with you. But the SnyderVerse, we wanted to continue until at the end could be a conclusion. All these actors, they're not old. They're still the ages. If you want to see the Henry Cavill Superman again, go for it. But
they still have time. They still have time, you know, like he doesn't look that much older. He still looks, for a white guy, he's aging pretty good. He still looks pretty young. Henry Cavill has no wrinkles, no notice. You know how like when you get older, you get these lines up here when you move your head up. He don't have none of that, bro. You can still make Superman now. Ben Affleck.
Exactly.
That's a different story.
But he's older than in the middle of the 50s,
a lot older
but
now,
he's
bro.
still pretty good shake up, But he's still working on it.
And
like
Gal Gadot still looks pretty good for her age too. You know what I'm saying? They can still do it.
Yep.
The thing I don't know what they're gonna do now is because the actor who played Cyborg, he said he's always willing to come back. All you got to do is ask. So he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do for fucking Ezra Miller now? He's not coming back. Then that's not happening.
Oh, that's another one. We don't know when. And
then they were.
Count
did you hear what they were talking about?
Because he's.
Did you hear what they were talking about in the news? They're thinking about getting the actor from the show to take his place because he got such good reviews. The CW, the Flash, that Flash.
Yeah.
He may take over. It was bullshit before. it might actually happen now, which goes back to what you were saying before about Supergirl. I was saying, if they could do that with the Flash, they could do that with Supergirl. They're not going to do it. They're
What?
not going to do it. Just like they're not going to get the Superman from that show is not bad too. That guy who plays Superman in the show,
Right.
he's not bad. He's not great, but I'll take him over that
Yeah.
fucking the gun shit any day, because they got that actor
Right.
for the gun Superman. The only reason they got that actor is because he looks like Henry Cavill. That's why they got him.
Almost close. It's almost
But he's
close,
not
but
Henry
it's not
Cavill.
like
Sorry, he's
Christopher
not.
Reeve or
He comes
no.
close. Yeah, it's like a
It's
little mixture,
another
but more.
actor.
But honestly, he's not nowhere. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
I know.
You
Oh,
know,
and
it's like,
let's not forget Jason Momoa is Aquaman, but guess what? He's out. He's sold out. And now how to explain he plays Lobo in James
Lobo.
Gunn's Supergirl? I just don't see it.
I mean,
You know?
you got Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, and then he's Deadpool. You got what's the other one? What's the other one I'm thinking of? Who has already been multiple roles? Oh yeah, Lex Luthor. That was Beast. Dude, they just it's all about a paycheck.
Yeah, Nicholas something. Yeah, that one.
It's a paycheck now. It's all a paycheck.
Okay, so not only Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, that the James Gunn. So what about Jason Momoa as Aquaman? Well, he used to be the SnyderVerse, and now he's sold out as Lobo, the GunnVerse, as Lobo when he's in the Supergirl. I just don't have not much words, and I was like, what the hell he was doing? So what would you think? Any quick thoughts?
Jason Momoa, I don't know what he was thinking besides it's a paycheck. He just took a paycheck. He was like, I don't care. How much you paying me? He don't care. He don't care that he was just Aquaman and now he's Lobo. Doesn't care. Because once you saw him take the Lobo role, that was his way of saying, I'm done with SnyderVerse. I'm not going back. And that's unfortunate. Because I liked Aquaman from the SnyderVerse. That was pretty cool what they did with him. It was like the first time I was enjoying Jason Momoa, to be honest with you. And then, you know, maybe he does look like Lobo, right? He does look like close. Him, but he's just like, in my opinion, Jason Momoa is just like Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Jack Black. Where like they're in almost everything, and they always act the same. They don't change. There's no real acting there. It's just they act like the way they are, and they change their name. So I don't really feel that was a good idea to have Jason Momoa as Lobo, but at the same time, I can understand why people are really happy because they, you know, the problem is that there's so many desperate fans now. We're desperate to we'll take anything we can get now. So just give me anything. I want to see Lobo on the live action screen. So they gave it to him. But the thing is that the way they went about it and the timing, I don't think it was the right thing to do. I think they should have kept him as Aquaman and find someone else to be Lobo, because that would have made things easier for right now, which they're already deciding to do, which is, if I'm not mistaken, they're doing 2 DC universes at the same time now, because they're going to bring SnyderVerse back. SnyderVerse is coming back. It's happening. And now you're going to have 2 Batmans, 2 Aquamans, 2 Wonder Womans. They're not going to cross that over. They're not doing that. Right. They're not doing that. There's anybody who thinks that they're going to go, oh, they're just cross over those universes. No, they're not. Nope. They can't. No, they can't. I don't think that it's just not going to work. And I think there's contracts or legally wise. I don't think it's like they're able to do that. Maybe so. Maybe I'm just talking shit. Who knows? But it seems like to me, like when they picked Lobo Jason Momoa as Lobo, they were like, yeah, no. He's done with SnyderVerse. That's it. No more Aquaman, Jason Momoa. That's crazy, man. It should be the other way around. They should have kept Jason Momoa as Aquaman and find somebody else for Lobo. Not make Jason Momoa Lobo now and find somebody else for Aquaman, which they're gonna do. If Snyderverse is gonna continue, the thing that this is what I gotta say is that even if we get more Snyderverse now, people have to accept the fact that it's never gonna be like the way it used to be. That the best version of the Snyderverse is gonna be the 4-hour cut. The 4-hour cut in black and white or the 4-hour cut in full color. It doesn't matter which way you watch it. That 4-hour cut is the best version of the Snyderverse now. When we get more Snyderverse, if Zack Snyder wants to continue his story properly, what does that mean? We're gonna need a new Flash, right? No Ezra Miller no more. We're gonna need a new Aquaman. No more Jason Momoa. I don't know. Ben Affleck is back and forth. I gotta be honest with you. With the comments I've read, and most of them are true. He says, "No, I'm done. Okay, I'll come back. No, I'm done. Okay, I'll come back." Who fucking knows? It's probably a paycheck for him too.
Yeah,
And
I know.
whatever his
It's
publicist says, like his publicist says, it looks good. It's good publicity. If the publicist said no, it's bad. It's really bad for those movies right now. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna want nothing to do it. He's gonna stay far away from it because a lot of them now are looking at the not even the Snyderverse. They're looking at the DCU the same way actors are looking at Star Wars, where it's like, you know what? No, fuck that. I don't want that to mess up my acting career. I'm like, no way. I'll stay away from that. I'll go do Lord of the Rings. I'll go do Harry Potter. But you know what? Those are gonna go down the ring too. So it's like, doesn't matter what IP you choose. If you don't do it right, it's all gonna suck. Anyway, going back to what I was saying is like, we're getting new characters, new actors for Snyderverse Justice League 2, if that does happen, which I'm hoping it does.
It does.
We might even get a new Wonder Woman. I don't think Gal Gadot is doing Wonder Woman anymore. I don't think so. I'm not sure.
No, it won't, because there's not going to be Wonder Woman 3. Instead of, why not just put Justice League 2 and 3?
They have recasted Wonder Woman already. I know this. I've read this, but that's for James Gunn universe, though, right?
That's another address was supposed to be in James Gunn, but Gal Gadot is always as a Snyderverse.
So she's down. If she's okay, so what I'm gonna say is, if you can get the main 3, for example, Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, and Henry Cavill, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. If you can give me those main 3, and I know Cyborg, that actor, he said he'll come back too. Okay, I'm down. I'll come back. I'll watch it. It's not that hard for me to come out of that's not Jason Momoa, Aquaman, and that's not Ezra Miller, Flash. It's not that bad. Because I feel like it would be harder if we still had Ezra Miller and we still had Jason Momoa, but they replaced the main 3, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, then I would never watch. I'd be like, no, that's stupid. No way. What's the point? It's not Snyderverse anymore. If you don't, I mean, the core for Snyderverse for me is Henry Cavill, Superman.
Right.
That has to be Superman. If that's not Superman, it's not the fucking Snyderverse to me. It's this watered down version. And I feel bad because he's got a lot of work to do to try to make that fit right. He's got to do a lot of casting calls. You got to go through a lot of people to find the perfect fit for Jason Momoa's Aquaman and Ezra Miller's Flash. That's not going to be an easy swap out. But I have faith in Zack Snyder. I also liked Rebel Moon. A lot of people didn't like it. I liked Rebel Moon. That was his Netflix thing. And you know why I liked Rebel Moon?
Right.
Because Rebel Moon was not supposed to be Rebel Moon. Believe it or not, Rebel Moon was originally a Star Wars script that Zack Snyder had presented to, I believe, Disney and also Kathleen Kennedy. They passed.
Wow.
They didn't want it. So he rewrote it and rewrote it and tweaked it, rewrote it and tweaked it and rewrote it and tweaked it and said, fuck you, Disney. I'm still coming out with this movie. And he called it Rebel Moon. If you if you've seen the movie already, that's good. But if you go back and watch the movie again with the idea that this was supposed to be a Star Wars movie, you can see it immediately. You get the whiff of it immediately. Like this smells like Star Wars. This feels like Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars. Especially towards the end with what's her name? Oh, she's so good. She's a famous martial artist. She was in everything all happening at the same time. What? Michelle Yeoh. Thank you, babe. Michelle Yeoh. This chick was basically a Jedi with her lightsaber wannabe fucking laser shit. I was like, dude, this is awesome. He does not care. He's going to do it anyway. So I have faith in Zack Snyder. I feel like Zack Snyder can make the impossible possible. And when I say that, I mean something that sounds like it's going to be bad, really good. I mean, he proved me wrong with Justice League. When the 4-hour cut was announced, it was supposed to be a show, by the way. I don't know if anybody remembers this. That was supposed to be a show. And then he said, fuck it, I'm not making these episodes. I'm going to make it one movie, and I'll cut it into parts. If you want to watch it in full, you can. If you want to take breaks, you can. But that was supposed to be a mini series. And I remember when they announced it, I was just like, this is stupid. I was so like, what is he doing? This is dumb. Don't do this. He proved me wrong. That was the best DC content I've seen since the original Batman with Michael Keaton or since Christopher Reeve. Like Justice League, SnyderVerse, 4-hour cut. That's the best DC you're ever gonna get right now. Like, if anybody were ever to ask me what Batman movie or DC movie I'll skip past all of it. I would even I used to love Dark Knight too. I still love Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, I love him. I love all those movies, dude. But someone asked me right now, what's the first movie I should watch? Go watch fucking SnyderVerse 4-hour cut right now. Go watch that.
Right.
That's how you start. Because it's the best. It's the freaking best, man. I don't know what Lobo is gonna be like. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've seen a lot of trailers.
But I've seen the trailers. But if you saw Lobo, the Jason Momoa, that makeup looks like a fucking kiss. And I'll tell you why, because it's just the memes. That's nothing that look like a Lobo.
What? Yeah,
like,
no.
oh
I know what you
God.
mean. You're absolutely right. He doesn't look like Lobo. He looks like Jason Momoa going to Comic-Con,
Right.
dressed up and painted as Lobo. It looks like a Comic-Con fit because Lobo should not in any way, shape, or form look like actually human. He's a humanoid. Yes.
Right.
Yes. But his chin is his head in general is so oddly bigger than what a normal structure. And what they tried to do is, if you look at the cartoon, the best example I feel like for Lobo, because there's so many examples for Lobo, the comics do a really good job. But I will always love the animated series. I've said this already.
Yeah,
like
the 90s. Yeah, I remember that one.
That animated series, dude, that showed a really good version of Lobo when he gets taken by the Collector, when he's trying to help him to get Superman, and he ends up getting taken too, and they have to work together to break out. Okay, so that chin, that is like a huge fucking like Popeye chin, you know, like it's so look like a shovel, right? It's just big chin down here and a little head up here. And then the big hair and the eyebrows and the red eyes and all that. Okay. What did they do? They tried to make up for the big chin with a beard. It's ridiculous. You leaving? Bye. I'll be there at work. Sorry, that was my girlfriend.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
What do you call it? They tried to make up for the beard instead of the chin. Like you could see the way they shaped the haircut. That like they tried to make it like so that it appears that he still has that giant chin. It doesn't. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. If you put a clip of Aquaman, Jason Momoa up right now, and then you put a clip of Lobo next to it, there is a clear level of quality drop. Like when you're watching a YouTube video and all of a sudden you lost your internet, so it gets pixelated. It goes from like 4K to 720, and you have to go change it back to 4K. It's just like, what happened? What happened? Why does this look so bad now? It's the same person. It's the
It was
same
the same
actor.
person. You know
But what
why?
happened?
But you know why? Because that's the same guy as Aquaman, the Jason Momoa. But
Oh, yeah.
now Lobo, it does look like identical, but it's not like Lobo. But that makeup us looks like Kiss. Everything is the memes, and I'm telling you, because I just told the CS about this. This was not too long ago. This was the behind the scenes Supergirl. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, that Lobo, Jason Momoa, is kind of looks like Kiss, in my opinion. So,
Yeah. I could agree with that. He looks a little Gene Simmons. All he has to do is stick out his tongue.
Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
but, oh, yeah, that with the tongue. Yeah, I just don't see what this point. And I go, what the hell? And my brain is like, what they were doing, man. It's
Yeah, man. No,
you're
for
right.
real. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. This is beyond it. And I just hope Ezra Miller as the Flash. So we just don't know yet. It's only on my thoughts if they're going to bring him back. Just finishing for Justice League 2 and 3. We want to see it a little bit more. We'll get it to that the other ones after that. So what is talking about that? If you saw that the Snyder Cut, when Ray Fisher's Cyborg saw Vision, that what he was talking about, that when Darkseid is killed, Aquaman, you know why? Just kill him off, and then they replace Mera was Amber Heard, because she's gonna be in the Nightmare timeline in Justice League 2 and 3.
And that was bad, right?
But
That was bad.
that would be so bad because he sold out, and now we want to replace Mera is Amber Heard. So that's why we wanted to see more with that, because Darkseid kill him off, and that is it. So the next one is Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She dies too. We saw that in Cyborg's vision when Darkseid killed him off as well, and then Wonder Woman's vehicle. In that point, at that motion right there, everything else what happened is Darkseid has murdered Lois Lane. At that moment, it thinks like Batman's murder trying to kill Lois Lane, which is not true. It was Darkseid because he was trying to protect the Lois Lane was by Batman.
Yeah.
And now what happens after that? We know at that point because Justice League 2 and 3 that we want to know what he convince him in the future when he goes back to the back in time in BBS.
Yeah, like, are they going to, because they won't be able to, I mean, like, the flashback scenes are going to be difficult now, unless he's got,
little bit.
yeah,
It's just
but like the
additional.
future, he could do that easy, right?
Yes.
He won't need Jason Momoa. He's not around. He won't need.
Not anymore, because we wanted to replace another actor who's going to be look like him or not,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
DH or whatever.
Yeah, but
it's understandable.
In that scene, they're already gone, right? It was
yes.
Who was left in the future? It was Joker. It was Batman. It was Amber Heard. The Flash.
The Flash and the Deathstroke was in the middle.
And Deathstroke. That's right. That's right. Dude, wow, that just blew my mind. He doesn't.
It blows.
If I'm Zack Snyder, I'm looking at like, I don't need those two anymore. He does. I would say he does kind of need the Flash though, because the Flash was there. Ezra Miller was there, but he could have him killed off right there on the spot, and he's done his. Right?
Not yet, but not yet, because when Ben Affleck's Batman tells the Flash, when he goes to the back in time,
goes back to the Flash. Yeah, but that could have happened already. That probably happened already, right? Like that happened, and then he comes back to where like he's there with Joker with the long hair and that scene. Like he could have came back from that because he has the same suit. Ezra Miller was wearing the same kind of like he's got this new upgraded Flash suit.
Yes.
He has the same suit on, so they could just seam it. So what they could do is to make it seem right, they show that scene where he goes back to tell, Batman. Bruce Wayne. He tells him, she's the key. Lois Lane's the key. Yes, and then they show what we don't see, which is Ezra Miller coming back to the point where we saw in the 4-hour cut, where like.
Right.
They're talking to each other in front of the car and shit.
They're talking to each other before that. Yeah, that's similar.
They could cut that, and then right after that, is when Superman shows up and the first person he kills is Ezra Miller right there. That would be
Yeah.
a smooth transition. I could see them doing that. But then I don't know how they would do the Amber Heard shit. They'd have to kill
We
her
don't
off
know
too.
yet because we just don't know yet because we'll see what happens. That after what happened when the Flash tells Ben Affleck's Batman, say
Yeah.
Lois Lane is the key, and then
Yeah.
later will repeat it itself, and then this time Batman saves Lois Lane. This time, you know why? Because he was trying to stop a dark side, and he kills it. Fucking nearly Batman died, and I with it burn him all the skin and the shit.
Yep.
He sacrificed himself. That's what the only save it. That's the only key. It's the pretending Lois Lane. That's what I want to see in this the Justice League 3.
And that's the other
Nailed it.
thing too. Do they? What would is it going to happen again? Is Lois Lane going to die again, or will they stop it?
No,
Will
it
they
won't.
save
No.
her? Are they going to save her? You know,
Only-
like
Only this time. It kind of looks like reminds me of X-Men Days of the Future Past, and then that's going to change the alternate timeline.
yeah. Or what's that game? Do you remember DC Online? DC Universe Online?
I'm familiar with, but I wasn't playable for that.
It's okay. So I never played it, but I watched the cinematics. Really good, and the basis of the story is instead of Darkseid, it's Brainiac, where so Lex Luthor finally kills Superman.
Wow.
He finally does it. It's the beginning of the game. And after he kills Superman, he realizes he fucked up. Because at that exact moment is when Brainiac shows up with a huge, and I mean like Donald Trump, huge army in the sky, all over the place, and he takes over the planet. So he figures out how to go back in time and talk to the past Justice League, and they don't believe him. They look at him like, you're full of shit. He's like, I'm telling you right now, you can believe me or not, but I'm here to help you. I'm not here to fight you anymore. I realize why Superman needs to live, and I want to help you. And the only other one that helps them believe it is the older Bruce Wayne from that time period. He survived too, but he's fucked up. It's like worse. It's like, imagine the old Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond, but he's still muscular. He doesn't have a cane. He's got a scar though. He lost an eye. He's got a scar on his face. He's got a whole. It's like he had an explosion in his face, so that half his face is just really scarred. It's crazy. And he talks to. It's just like the show where he talks to his other Bruce Wayne self, and they that's when he believes him. Like, okay, Lex Luthor's telling the truth because I talk to myself. I know he's telling the truth. But anyway, the reason why I bring that up is because it's sort of similar where they have a lot of the Justice League die. Lois Lane, I believe, is dead too.
Yes.
And there's a opportunity where Superman has a chance to turn evil or turn good.
It was the evil when Superman is evil, that when Darkseid is patrolling, whatever it's called, because that's what why would this happen? Because Jared Leto's Joker convinced Darkseid before he will murder Lois Lane. And then what happens? Sense. Yes, and then what happens? You know what sounds familiar? It says 5 years later, Avengers Endgame. That's similar looks like. That's what happens.
Wasn't there a story too where Joker kills Lois and Superman bugs out? He turns evil because he kills the Joker.
I believe Henry Cavill Superman murdered Joker as well. Was in the middle before that's Ben Affleck's Batman has the nightmare bad dream sequence before it even worse than that we thought it was. So then it's just a bad dream sequence, but later on when Martian and Manhunter convince Batman, whatever, and then what happens? There's a war coming, and that's later on because that goes in timeline. So, like I said, before this, like I said, people, this is what happens. because those people, MCU people, they try to use a copycat from the Zack Snyder. His conclusion, it says 5 years later. It's just the same thing like MCU, Avengers Infinity War until Endgame. 5 years later, when Thanos snapped his fingers, and then look what happens. Some of them survived, and some of the others died when it
I
dust
never
away.
really I never really noticed that. It's the same thing
Yes.
5 years later. 5 years is the magic number. What's that about? 5 years later.
It's just it's just the storyline. For an example, and then when they bring Infinity Stones to go back, bring it back in the different years, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they bring the people
Yeah.
back. So what happens that says 5 years? They try to use it only said it's just a timeline story before that even they brought the heroes back. You know what I'm saying? Some survive, more of them. You know. That's what happens. That's why we need the Justice League 2 and 3. This is different right here. It's about when Ben Affleck's Batman convinced the Flash, went to all the way back in BBS, and then we got to point further, and then this time Batman saves Lois Lane instead of he stopped Darkseid, and then he killed him off when dies. Ben Affleck's
Good.
Batman died, and
That
he
would look so
sacrificed
cool,
himself to
man.
protect Lois Lane.
We were supposed to see
That
that,
would
man.
be fucking huge.
I think they finished off the storyline that I brought up last time, where in the animated series, Apocalypse attacks Earth and locks up Superman and kills the detective cop. They finished that storyline later on. I remember. It's fucking Batman and Superman for sure, and I think Supergirl was involved in some way
Yes.
too. And they go to Apocalypse, and Batman actually is able to, like, for at least a brief, I would say for at least a minute, maybe 2 minutes, Batman is able to hold his own against Darkseid. No robot
There you
suit,
go.
no iron suit, no extra, just Batman and Gears. Now he's not fighting him like brute strength. He's doing the dodging and the throwing the blade and shit, but like he's able to hold his own, and he dodges a human.
Yes.
A fucking human. Batman is still human. No extra powers, no super strength. Is
No.
dodging Darkseid's laser blast, bro.
Dodging.
Like he did a
Yes.
couple of laser, and Batman dodged it, bro. I remember this. And then
Yeah.
Superman comes in to finish because there's no. I mean, Batman ends up getting his ass whooped. I remember that too. It ends in a way where he's about to die, and Superman comes and saves him last minute because he's still human. It's like he's not gonna hold long against Darkseid. Darkseid is already a hard boss for Superman. Superman gets his ass whooped, but then he whoops Darkseid's ass back because he gets really mad, and Darkseid goes flying off the tower of Apocalypse of his planet with all the burning fire holes and shit. And the slaves of Apocalypse save him and help him up and are bringing him up. The slaves that he beats and like abuses and they're helping him. And Superman's like, "What are you doing? You can be free now. What are you doing?" And Apocalypse is trying to tell him, he's like, "You don't understand. This is not like Earth. They worship me. It's not that they're my slaves. It's that I'm their god." And he couldn't take it. But Batman's like, "Yo, we got to go. You did what you could. We got to go." But you saw for the first time ever, Darkseid had a cracked jaw. His face was fucked up. He was bleeding. A sight you would never see. That you don't ever depict Darkseid like that, because that would insinuate that he's beatable. And you have to. They always keep that look and aura of, no, he's unbeatable. Not even Superman could beat him. But Superman kicked his ass, bro. Superman beat the shit out of him. And
I know.
If I would love to see even a tiny 1% of what I just said. I would see 1% of that in the movies. I would love to see Henry Cavill go against that Darkseid, bro.
Yes.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I'm saying. Yes.
That would be amazing.
That would be like amazing with the Justice League, except Batman, because he dies in the live action. That's why he sacrificed. So without it, that's our case. This was what we wanted, what Zack Snyder's doing. this is what we wanted. So that's what I'm saying is it's like, holy shit, this is beyond it because Batman has sacrificed himself. I get it. But Lois Lane has the born child, so you know who's picking up the name of the child? Bruce. Because that's when it comes from. I forgot it was his name of that one. I'll show you later after that. It's like I forgot it was his name, a different one. But yeah. So what I'm saying is this is Snyderverse conclusion for his version since Man of Steel to all the way in Justice League 1 and 2 and 3. That's all of it is.
I mean, if we could even just get Justice League 2, because I'm sorry, my dogs are freaking all over me now. But yeah, Justice League 2, dude, that would at least give us another piece of the puzzle. Because there's so much, bro. There's so much they could go on.
Yeah, this is a piece of the puzzle because we're in until 3. Yeah, but they should have used 2 and 3 in the middle of the timeline before later the conclusion. Part 3, it should be conclusion when he tells them the last time and then go back in time to warn them further. I don't know when, but it's gonna be huge. You know, that's gotta be fucking epic. That's the end of it.
Agreed.
And we don't know when it's gonna release. And we don't know when it's gonna release. Another situation is the Ayla cut. We don't know, so it's gonna be another news that we don't know. Not even news with David Ayer.
Well, if they keep getting the same support that the Snyderverse cut did, it'll happen. It'll happen. It's just I truly don't think the Ayer cut is getting the same kind of attention that the Snyderverse cut was getting, so that's why it's taking longer to come out. Will it happen?
Right.
Yeah, it'll probably happen. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. Yeah. But like when, that's God knows. That could be tomorrow. That could be a year from now. We don't really know.
Yeah, we
the
don't
more
know
support
yet
Snyderverse gets, the more chances it happens to happening. Like they come out tomorrow and say Justice League 2 confirmed. Everybody's gonna be like going nuts for it, and then the Ayer cut will come out.
I know, yeah. You could tell the Snyderverse DCEU is better than the MCU. You know what I'm saying? Because I never get excited MCU, but I'm preferring DC, which is his Snyder and then other people, whatever, except the James Gunn. Fuck that. And
fuck that.
Yes, thank you. All right, so we don't know yet until further notice when Zack is working on the other projects. You name it. Oh, speaking of that, according to the Zack Snyder, we'll give him the updates a little bit after that, whatever. There's no time for that. So, did you notice this news? Apparently, Zack Snyder is going to direct of the reimagining version of Escape from New York in 1991 film.
No way.
I told you, it's on the community post on my channel. You should check out, and there's a link below.
I'm gonna go check that out, dude. That is awesome. That is awesome.
That is a fucking amazing. I tell you, the Snyderverse lives.
Oh
Not
my
just
God,
DC,
dude!
It's a different project.
I love that movie. I love that movie, and there's some movies I know that don't belong having a remake, but I feel like that one, if it's done right, the remake could be even better than the original if they just do it right. Like, they need to keep it in the same time period. They need to keep it in the same tone of like, dark and gritty, like very, very, very adult, R-rated kind of situation. I don't want no PG. I don't want no PG-13 bullshit.
It needs to be rated R. Always rated R.
I mean, it would be nice if they did a cameo for Kurt Russell. That'd be nice, but I don't need it. I don't need it, but it would be nice if we could get just a glimpse of Snake Eyes.
Yes. But to be honest with you, I never saw the original. I never saw that film, but I'll give it a try to watch that. So.
Watch the original. Right. Watch the original, and then I would say there's 2. So the original is Escape from New York. There's a sequel that came out in the 90s called Escape from LA. Escape from LA was not that good. It was not that good. It was. It was. I will say the best part of Escape from L.A. was Kurt Russell because he plays Snake,
Right.
the main character. So that was cool. But the movie is not as good and well written as Escape from New York. Escape from New York is a classic. It's a cult classic,
Oh.
and it's written so well. It's written so well, man. I want to watch that now. You talked about it. I haven't watched it in a long time. It's a
I'll
good
check
movie.
out it if I
It's a
seen
good movie.
it. I'll check out if I seen it streaming. I'll watch that. I don't know which one is the first. Is it New York or
New
LA?
York.
I'm not
New
sure.
York is the
New
first.
York.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So New York is first, and then there's a sequel is LA. I think I
Mm.
seen it, but I never saw it because I saw trailers like
Oh man,
TV spots or whatever. But I
you
can't
have a
remember that because I
you
lost
have
the
a
flashback.
great
But
movie waiting
I'll
for
check
you.
out. But yes,
Yeah,
I'll check out. But I gotta figure it out the information, whatever. All right,
that's
so
cool.
let's get so let's see what happens. And all right, before we get into the GunnVerse with the memes, but we'll get into that quickly. Thoughts. All right, this image right here. What do you think? This is me. This is was 12 years ago since Man of Steel until the James Gunn Superman. So that's what I'm wearing.
Oh my
Man of Steel
God,
thumbs
dude,
up,
you're wearing the
and
same
and
shirt, and now you have the hat to match the shirt.
but the different. Yeah, that
You know,
T-shirt is
man,
different because this is Man of Steel, and that one
this
I'm wearing that right now. Yeah, it's different. So
I you know what I think is I'm very happy for your 2013 self, and I'm very sad for your 2025 self because you can see the difference immediately of like this was amazing. I love this movie. And then look at the other one where it's just like thumbs down. This movie sucked. Like
yeah.
even the poster is
Oh my
better.
god.
Even the original poster is
Yeah,
better, man.
yeah. You can tell that poster since I watched the Man of Steel thumbs up. I seen it twice in the theaters. But now the James Gunn Superman, I never got into the chance. Never, ever, never. I say
I saw it
never.
once in the
So
theaters and it blew my mind. And I've watched it many, many
yes.
times since at home. Like I watched it.
Oh my god.
You know what I did? I have the PlayStation VR. The first one, not the second one. I still haven't. I'm still fucking cheap to not get the second one. But I have the first
Oh, okay.
PlayStation VR, and with the PlayStation VR, when you watch movies with the VR, it doesn't do a 3D or anything, but
Yes.
like it makes you feel like
Oh, okay.
you're sitting in a movie theater. It really does. Like the screen is huge. And you don't see any chairs, but it feels like you're sitting in a dark movie theater with a huge screen. So it's like a cheat. You can't go to the theater, put on the VR, and you're still in a big movie theater with a
Mhm.
big screen. And all you got to do is have a good sound bar, which I do. I have a sound bar. I have a subwoofer so I can hear the bass and everything. So I raised the volume. I put on Man of Steel. And I watched that shit in the VR, man, and it is so good, bro. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's a great scene of
Yeah.
that movie. That movie, the scene that really there's so many scenes that stuck with me in that movie, bro. But
Yeah.
if I had to pick one, it's the one where uh, what's her name and the big guy they threw the train at him, and then they left, and he pushes the train out of the way. Was it the train or the train? I
The
think it's
one
a
of those
train.
General Zod's
Yeah,
army.
yeah. He pushes it out of the way, and the U.S. Army men are aiming the gun at him. And the music.
Yeah.
The first thing is the
Yes.
music. If you listen to the background, dun, dun, dun,
That was in a
dun,
Smallville battle
it's
scene.
so emotional. It's building up and it's slow and it's calm. And you see them aim their gun down, and they're all just like, dude, I cry. Every time I see that scene, I get teared up, bro. It's so gay. I know, but like, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is about that scene. I get so emotional where like the army men are finally realizing, what are we doing? This guy is helping us. What the fuck are we doing? He's our only chance to survive this shit. What are we doing? And then the main guy is like
Yeah.
looking at him, and he needs all this shit to go, this man is not our enemy. No fucking shit. No fucking shit. When were you gonna wake up to that?
Yes,
Dude, it was
because
so
he's
good.
our side.
I
That's
love
what it
that
is.
scene, bro. I
It was. It
love
was.
that
It was.
scene. So good.
Yes. And then the rest of it, destruction of Metropolis, he saved us all.
Oh
That's
my
why we're gonna
god.
stop Michael
Oh my
Shannon's
god.
General Zod
A
with
good death
the fucking
is its own
stick
reward.
cannon. Yes, exactly. Fucking nail at that movie. I'll watch that. But
Dude,
I
that's
have
so
a
good.
physical copy somewhere with Blu-ray and DVD. I have all of it, including that part
Dude, there's
somewhere.
so
Like I
many
said,
parts of that movie that are so good that you want to like you just forget about the world outside of you. Like when Russell Crowe starts Jor-El, when he starts talking to
yes.
Kal-El for the first time in the ship, he meets his father for the first time. It's not really his father. It's like, the AI consciousness of his father, but still,
There
it's like
must
he
be
gets to
his
meet his dad,
biological
dude.
father. Yeah.
Dude, like it. That whole scene is so good, bro. The way he's explaining where he comes from.
Yes.
Damn, bro. I miss when Russell Crowe was still acting in good movies. The
Yeah.
movies he's been acting in lately, then he's still a good actor, but the movies he's been in are just not good anymore, bro. It's just not. He's coming out with this movie now where like he's a club owner or whatever, and it just doesn't look good, man. It just doesn't look good. It looks real
I
bad.
know, but I
I
miss
miss when
Russell Crowe what he did. Like, yeah.
yeah.
Even Kevin Costner was in as Jonathan Kent. I missed him that one too, but I'm glad he was a part of it. Only the voice, but between the both of them, was in the Snyder Cut because Superman is back and what he's wearing the black suit. So I wondered if they're gonna do the Justice League 2 and 3. We don't know when either. So that's another story.
I mean, the SnyderVerse is coming back.
It was
Probably going to be 2028. If he starts filming next year, 2029, 2030 tops
oh my
is
god, yeah.
like the earliest
We
we could
don't
see it because
know.
he's not gonna do that right away. He's gonna take his time, like the way he did with the
It's
Snyder
gonna take
Cut.
some time because it's gonna take time because while Zach is working on his other projects, that what we said before, like what was it called? The Last Phonograph and Growler, and of course there's an update news, Escape from New York. Well, I guess maybe we'll see. Oh no, who knows? But at least Zach he keeps every posting on an Instagram that, and I'm glad he did. So
Well, yeah, he's doing more than WB does to keep the fans posted. And then when WB
yes.
does tell us what they're doing, we don't want to know because it's like, oh God, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's Zach is doing before I will post it every time, but not all the time. But when I seen the different posts, that
Yeah.
I'm more obsessed the Henry Cavill Superman. I wanted to know that because there's more of it out there. Last time there was a one a part of it that says hope on it. It's thought it was AI or it's not, but who knows? I
Who
mean,
knows now? The AI is
an
getting better
Android.
and better. Who knows?
Yeah. All right, so this is Get It Beyond right there. This is like, so we never know eventually. So, all right, let's get it to the James Gunn cultist memes. Are you ready for this? But we're not gonna talk that long. All right, so here we go. What do you think about that? I made it up those memes. What the fuck is this? What is this? James Gunn's diaper man. What the hell is this? That's
I was
what I
about to
said.
say they
Look,
got Superman in a diaper, bro. Oh my God, bro. You made a meme wall. Gunbuster.
yes.
Gunbusters. Oh, that's good. Oh my God.
That's what I say. That's what I gotta tell you because that's what it looks very similar, Gunbusters. Put the theme song, but we cannot do that because it's copyright claim. Nope, leave it as
Dude.
it is.
No,
But
no.
I made it
Actually, you
up
know
in
what? The
YouTube Shorts.
Ghostbusters song is not. You could get away with the Ghostbusters song. I've been using the Ghostbusters song and I haven't been getting copyrighted, thank God. But dude, that is fucking hilarious. Oh my God. The diaper man too, dude. The diaper Supermans. Oh my god. Now you know why
But
they're
there's
doing
some
the
of them
diaper,
made a
right?
difference.
They're doing
Yeah,
the diaper because of all
yeah.
that too many crying scenes with Superman. Too many
Oh my god.
stupid, man.
There's something. Yeah, but look at it on the top. It says "Gone Random." You never know this because they're cultists, fake fans. That's what it feels like it because it was fucking hilarious. It blows my mind, and I go,
I
"What
mean,
the hell are they were thinking?"
every director has that. Every actor has that fan base where like they're blind to the movies being good or bad, and they just
Right?
support the director or they support the actor no matter what they do. I get that,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's not a lot of people for James Gunn. I feel like
Exactly.
there's more people that are there for the movie and Batman and Superman, and less people there because they like James Gunn's movies. There are James Gunn people, I get it. There are fans out there of James Gunn's, but I don't think there are as many going to see these movies as the true DC fans or the long time,
Exactly.
I say true and people get offended by that too. Everybody gets offended by every little thing. Too bad. Get offended because when I say true fan, I mean you've been around since the fucking beginning. You've been reading shit since the 90s or the 80s, and you've been watching shit in the 80s and 90s, and you've seen what bad DC is, you've seen what good DC is, and now you're getting like the bare minimum. You're not getting the best of the best anymore. You're getting what, they think is good. And honestly, it's not. And at this point, I was like, who's going to tell them? Because they're not listening. So, the best thing to do is close your wallets,
I
like
know.
you've said,
They're not
like
listening
CS, the
because
director
that's what it
says,
seems like. It. Thank you.
lock up your wallets. Because look at this. You want to go see this? This is what's happening. This is the future of DCU. This image right here.
This is
Look at
what's
this.
happening. I tell you because here's the one that says, "Oh, this is fine." What James Gunn is typing down, whatever. And then look at it, this detail. I made it up. It says that when he's carrying the action figure and the pack or whatever, it says, "Want to be James Gunn?" Pig shills. They're becoming fucking obsessed. And then the other one, the most is if you remember, this was like James Gunn as what was Emperor Palpatine in the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, where he tells that the armies, the clone troopers or whatever, it says
Yeah.
execute Order 66.
66.
And they betray all of us, the Snyderverse fans communities. You know why? Because they used to be then and now they sold out, betraying one and the other. That's what happens.
The best one there is still the Gunbusters. That is like the best one. And then the Execute Order 66. That one's good too. That one's really good. And the
Yeah.
baby, I'm just telling you what I keep looking at. I keep looking at Gunbusters, right? He looks so
Yeah.
funny with his hands inside
Yes.
the inside
I made it up.
that
I made
weird
it up.
Superman logo. Yeah, that's good editing. That's good editing.
Yes.
I think you did really good with the hands. That's hard to
Yes.
do. So you did very well with that. And then the baby Superman, bro. I keep looking. Oh my god, bro. Oh
Which
my
one?
god.
Oh, that someone that
All
made
the
it. They would
diaper
look like
ones.
an
The diaper
AI.
one right there and the diaper one right
Yeah.
there. I love the diaper ones, bro. It's so
And
perfect.
then the other one at the top with crypto, that's Photoshop. But I never made that. Someone had made it before I added and collapsed. And then the
Okay.
other one I like the most is the middle, the left. They will look like a creature commandos. They're all the Justice League's version that James Gunn, they all died. And here's the memes right here from Slither. And I made it up, but someone had made a joke on it. It says suspect as the deceased as the notice DCU.
Damn, bro. Damn.
Oh my god.
It's true though, man. This is just
That's DOA for you. DOA. And here
garbage.
yes. And even James Gunn has typed it down that he's in lead of the mutant monkeys. What the fuck? And here's a keeper down below. You never notice this. Don't touch me. That is the pure nonsense. We don't want this shit. If you never noticed, when he puts nasty tweets on his Twitter, this is beyond right there. I tell you. That's why Disney fire them, but they bring them back. It makes no sense. Why? It's those people fan base. They just don't get it. What is wrong with them?
They don't.
I telling you.
They
Here's
don't
another
care
one. I
too.
got
They
one
don't
there
care.
too. Okay, so if you never noticed, I got one thing right here too. So this is a James Gunn fans looks like, right?
Okay.
If you never noticed, the left or right. Now look at those posters on James Gunn's posters, and then this one sign that says Zack Snyder's ruin it at all. And then here's another thing, big picture. They'll become like this. How to explain this? That's what it seems like it. I rest my case. They just don't want to admit it because that's their mutant monkeys.
They're
That
chimps.
I hated the most of it.
The chimps.
The chimps, they look like aliens, monkeys, zombies, you name it. That's what it seems like it.
No, I think you got the baboons there too. The baboon and the chimps. And
Oh my God.
they're freaking yeah, you see the picture on the right? They're on Twitter right now.
Yeah, they were
They're
like a
tweeting.
nuclear screens or whatever. Type it down, like whatever shit. I was like, what the hell?
They're freaking they're going crazy on comments right now.
Right. That's what
They've
it
been
seems
rage
like.
baited.
Yes, that's what it seems. They would look like a James Gunn Superman.
Oh
With
my God,
monkeys.
dude.
That's what it seems.
Oh my
That's
God,
why.
that's crazy, dude.
That's what it seems like. It. Okay. So you ready for this? Here's
Yeah.
another thing. Did I mention say Guardians of Metropolis and like the James Gunn Superman and Supergirl?
Yeah.
There's my memes looks like.
There's the diaper again. Don't look up. Look down. Censored diaper man. Guardians of the Metropolis. Super drunk girl. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 4.
Look at the crypto. He's pissing on the photo of James Gunn and David Cornsworth Superman. I made it up that one.
Yeah, I
There's my
gotta be honest
perfect
with you.
chance.
I gotta be honest with you. If I saw the Guardians of the Metropolis poster by itself, I would have thought that was real. That looks pretty good. The Guardians of
It
Metropolis looks
was.
like the other ones. They're clearly trying to make fun of it, and it's funny. It's poking fun out of it, but like that Metropolis one, that looks pretty real, bro. And I would have been like, oh no, what are they doing?
It was. Yes, that's what it seems because it's repeated itself like the Guardians of the Galaxy, and now you have this.
I can't, can't say no. You're absolutely right. When I watched Superman, there's at least 4 parts in that movie that
really?
feel almost exactly carbon copy of Guardians of the Galaxy. Specifically Guardians of the Galaxy 1. If you want to get specific about it, because I feel like a lot of people are just going with the hype of like, oh yeah, it's just like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's so dumb. Yeah,
Yes.
why are you saying that? A lot of people don't even they just hate to hate, but I'm telling you, I'm not hating to hate it. I know specific exact scenes. Like basically the whole when as soon as Crypto's done saving Superman and they show the intro of the words and everything, felt like Guardians of the Galaxy. When Mr. Terrific, we talked about this, I think, too.
Yes,
Mr. Terrific,
yes.
he shows up at the camp to figure out what they're doing and how they're going into the different dimensions.
Right.
The slow-mo music video.
Yes.
Exactly like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, bro. I could go on and on, dude. I could go on and on, honestly. It's ridiculous. So,
yeah.
I didn't feel like it was his own movie. I felt like it was just copied a lot of other stuff and then just made it its own. So yeah, Guardians of the Metropolis. I think that's what I'm gonna start calling it from now on.
Yeah, because that's copy and paste. So like you're saying, that's what I'm saying is copy and paste. They just rip them off. It just failed the test. Like at a high school, whatever. They failed. They know about that. Well, that's
MCU
what happens.
2.0.
Yes, that's what it seems like. It. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's not DC Studios. It's Marvel Studios or whatever. MCU 2.0 or Marvel 2.0, whatever.
Wow, man.
That's what it seems. And get ready for the Supergirl, the James Gunn Superman. It's not worth it. I guarantee you.
No, no,
And then
no.
what happens next and after that? We'll give it to that
Clayface.
one. Here's a little bit. I
Clayface.
made it up, but one AI image I
I
made.
believe
Hold on.
after Supergirl is Clayface. Oh, Kermit the Frog here, kicking Superman in the face. I'm not a good Kermit the Frog voice. I can't do that good, but dude, that's spot on right there. Just like
Yeah,
spot on.
yeah. If you remember CS, the director is talking about, he made it that video because someone is made it actually when Kermit the Frog is kicking Superman in the face. That's why I try to recreate it a little bit, but it's funny. I was like joking. Oh my god, that is hilarious right there. So
They
it's
should,
pretty funny.
they should show
Yeah.
his they should show Superman crying, and then
Uh,
they put a little word bubble that says ah.
I know, but it said it, except that they have a blood somewhere. But at least they tried, but they don't know. I forgot at the type
Oh,
down
there's
what it
blood
is.
there. I just saw that. Yeah, it's damn. There is blood there.
Yes,
Oh my
it
god.
could be the kryptonite somewhere in Kermit the Frog's body. Yeah.
Oh, Kermit the Frog is green. He's made of
Yes.
kryptonite. Oh my god. There it is.
All right. Let's get into now. We're getting James Gunn's lanterns. Or should I say diarrhea lanterns?
Diarrhea lanterns.
Oh my god! Now we can talk about this bullshit
Is
with
that
this.
AI on
I
the
have
left?
no.
Is that really from the fucking show? That's got to be AI. The bottom right is real. I hope.
The,
God, we can't tell
the
anymore.
difference
But
is,
that left one
let's
is
say,
AI.
on the left is AI. Someone that made it or something. That's why I gotta replace
I'm
a
not even
little bit
talking about
more.
the poop too. I know the poop is fake. I know that. I'm talking about like the way he
Yes,
looks. He looks like Iron Man there. Like what the fuck?
yes, it does. And then the rest of them, there's real images actually. That's why. Look at this.
Yeah.
We thought it was green instead of brown, but there's some green. No, they didn't. Look at this. There's nothing new. How to explain this?
I'm colorblind and I can tell that's brown. Okay. Now when I say I'm colorblind, I have issue with shades. So I know yellow, I know blue, I know green, I know red, I know
Yeah,
orange, I know all that. But
yeah, I know.
you
We
start
know
coming
that.
at me with like, fuchsia or yellow green or whatever, like or navy blue, then that's a little harder for me. That's not that hard to see. That's the color of shit. That's shit lantern.
Yes. Yep. If you never noticed the trailer, when we saw this or not, it's colors like, what the hell is this? We thought it was green instead of a brown. You never noticed? That suit was
Well,
real?
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because I would have thought I was just colorblind and people would not believe me, but I'm glad everyone else sees this too. I
Yep.
don't know. I think that's a dumb move.
It was very dumb move before the actual releases. I think it's August. Just don't waste your time. Do not watch it. I guarantee you. I think it's HBO Max. Just
That's a
do not
show or is
waste it.
that a series? Like a
Yeah,
just like a movie series? Like
this is a TV show, I believe. Yes.
okay.
Yeah, it's not on a movie. It's a TV show. When James Gunn is announced, they say they're gonna do like animation, live action movies, or live action shows. You name it. Some of there it's there, but some of the others not because they are both cancellation.
Well,
Like what's it called? It The Authority or Amanda Waller or
yeah.
Paradise Lost, if you will. So that's cancellation. I don't know if this, but the Authority is the only one proof of this cancellation because it's been not much time to do it. So I'm glad that they did. So
I
I don't
think we
know
should
why.
watch it. I think we should watch it so we can see how bad it really is. And we should do it like a watch party. And we could do a challenge. Who who's gonna last the longest before they said, that's it, I can't watch this no more. Turn this shit off. Like for me, for example, Star Wars The Acolyte.
Oh
I
my
got
God, that's
I
another one.
got up
Yeah.
to episode 3. after 3, I said, I'm done. I never watched the rest of the Acolyte, but I watched enough to know I don't like it. Not for me. Bad. Very
I
bad.
agree. I agree.
So I'm wondering, how bad is Lanterns now? Could I make it up to episode 3 still? Or could I, like, after episode 1, I'm like, oh no, that's it. I'm done. I can't. That
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah.
You
I
know,
agree with you saying.
it's gonna be so bad that it's gonna be good, but in a way that you could make fun of it. Like you just laugh at it,
Exactly.
like a comedy.
Yeah,
It's not supposed to be like that though. That's the
it
problem.
was. Yeah. But to me, I saw that Acolyte once. I don't know which one this episode, but I saw that. What do they call it? The reunions, the meeting. What's it called?
Yes,
What's it called?
lesbian
The
space witches.
aliens,
Yes,
space witches. That one. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
that's
And I
the
go,
episode I
what the
tuned out.
hell is
That
this?
so that was episode. I mean, they showed them in episode 1, but I think so at least. But episode 3 is the one I tuned out because that was the one they showed lesbian space witches, but I didn't care about that. I don't care if they're
Oh
lesbian.
my
I don't care if they're
god.
space witches. The reason
Oh
why I
my
stopped
god.
watching it in that episode is because those specific lesbian space witches basically ripped off. Okay, so they didn't rip it off. The person who wrote it, Leslie Headland, she copied the story of Anakin Skywalker. What is the story
Oh.
of Anakin Skywalker? He's the chosen one. He's
Hmm.
Superman in Star Wars. So
Oh.
he's Jesus in Star Wars. He has no father. Anakin Skywalker has no father. He was born
Oh.
from the Force. The
Hmm.
Force made his mom pregnant. Okay? He was
Right.
conceived from the Force. The lesbian space witches conceived not 1, but 2 twin baby females,
Oh.
and there's no father.
Oh
So
my
one of
god.
them carried 2 of them, and the other one did the spell, the evil spell or whatever,
Right. Right.
to make her pregnant. But she used the Force to make her pregnant.
Use.
And they're
Oh my
both the
god.
chosen one because they were both conceived from the Force.
Oh my god. What they were
And
thinking?
then you find out later on they're not the chosen ones, and that at the end of the Acolyte, I didn't even skip. I fucking saw like a YouTube video about it where they
Oh, the
show Darth Plagueis. Who is
Darth
Darth
Plagueis.
Plagueis? Darth Plagueis is the master of the Emperor, Emperor Palpatine.
Right.
Okay, electricity, the master of Darth Vader. Okay, the Emperor's master saw the 2 lesbian space witches doing what they did and was like, I'm going to do that and I'm going to make my own version. That's what they're saying. That's not what really happened. That's not what happened in the books. That's not what happened in fucking Darth Plagueis' book with James Luciano. That's not what happened in Expanded Universe. That never happened. But she made that happen. She changed the
Wow.
story. She copied it and then she changed it. That pissed off so many people.
Hmm.
And I'm one of them.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, what are you doing? So now you go to what's going on with James Gunn. Is James Gunn doing
Yes.
what Disney did to Star Wars? No, I don't think he is. I don't think he's changing it that much.
No.
But he's
I
still
hope
doing
not. No, I
he's
hope
still
not.
doing a little bit. He's still doing a little bit of what Disney's doing because he's still changing certain elements of the character themselves to support his
Right.
storyline. So the whole I want to humanize Superman a little more. I'm sorry, that's not no. No. No.
No, it
No,
doesn't
no,
work
no,
like
no,
that.
no.
No.
We should not be seeing Superman crying in pain because the dog is jumping on top of him. No. There are ways to show this shit. Or seeing him cry in pain when the robots put him in the table and they open the top and the sunlight hits him and the sunlight's supposed to recharge him, but it's hurting him and he's like, ah! Dude, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. The only
Yeah, that one. It's too
Yeah,
hurt. Yeah, it
the only
was.
time we should see Superman screaming in pain is because the villain is so strong, it's hurting him. So I would be okay with Superman crying or in pain because Darkseid's breaking his arm or hurting him, but the sun
Mm,
recharging him, the dog jumping on top of him, that's
recharging
what's
him.
making him cry and scream like a little bitch. And then James Gunn excuses, oh well, I wanted to humanize Superman. No, that's Clark Kent that should be fucking doing all that shit, and that should be fake. That should be Superman pretending to do all that so that everybody believes he's human. That should not be really happening like that over and over again. We shouldn't be seeing too many scenes of that. Once, like a tiny brief millisecond of a scene of him in pain, because this is Superman, man. His name right there, Superman, not crying man, not diaper man, not baby man. No, no, it's Superman. And in that
Of
sense, James
course.
Gunn has changed the character of Superman a little bit with that, because I don't care what anybody says. Oh, it's more like the comics. It doesn't feel more like the comics because I read some of the comics. And even in those
No,
comics,
because yeah,
they don't humanize him like that. They humanize him in different ways, where he has scenes with Lois and has scenes with his Earth dad, not his biological dad. Uh, his
well,
Kent or whatever. What's his first? I don't remember his dad.
there,
His human dad. I don't remember his human dad's name, but
Jonathan
they
Kent.
Jonathan Kent. Thank you. They figured out ways to humanize Superman in different ways with dialogue. But with the whole showing pain, and he hurts too, and he also feels pain and he also cries. Stupid. So stupid. I
Well,
did not relate to it at all. It wasn't the Superman I grew up with. It wasn't Superman I know. And it turned me off from Superman. I didn't want to watch
yeah,
anything.
I
And
agree with
it made me just want to go watch Man of Steel again.
you. Yeah,
So I hope to God
even
that they see the ratings of Man of Steel go up. Like the movie came out, the new Superman came out, and it went, and then on all the streaming platforms, Man of Steel went, and Zack
yeah,
Snyder's SnyderVerse Justice League 4 hour cut, like all the graphs went up for the shit that's old, and all the shit that's new went down. I hope to God they saw that,
yeah,
because that might be the only thing. Money is what talks. So we'll see what happens. I hope
yeah.
so, man.
We'll see. Yeah, we saw that. So, and I agree with you were saying. So let's get back in the drawing board. We could watch again the Man of Steel, or even Superman the movie with Christopher Reeve. It has the different versions with
Yep.
Joel and Jonathan Jonathan Kent. That's 100% to me that I preferring this one is better than James Gunn Superman. And I agree. And I agree with Jay. And I agree with you. All right, so let's get to one last thing. There's an update news that James Gunn's Lex Luthor. Here's another memes. Apparently, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He's wearing the fucking armor suit. Is huge. You know what's comparison? Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
Looks like an identical. Does it look familiar? That's a ripoff. You never noticed on the left that that's official one. So you can tell that the glass helmet, that's gotta be this. This is beyond right there. Look at this. That's the Misa looks like for you.
I think you should look up Lex Luthor DC Universe. Look up the look of DC Universe Lex Luthor. He has a much better suit
Yes.
and he has a much better dome. But the thing is that I don't think they wanted to go with that look because it just makes Lex Luthor look so much bigger than he is. But all I'm saying is that doesn't matter. If it looks cooler, go with the cooler
Yeah.
look. This doesn't look
Yeah.
cool. The DC Universe version, they do something similar like this, where he's wearing a
Yes.
suit like that. But it don't
Yeah.
look like this. It don't look like this. I mean, honestly, I don't think this looks exactly like Buzz Lightyear, but if you change the paint job right now of the
Right.
legs and the top part there, it'll look like a version. Like it'll like, oh, is this part of a Star? What is it? Starfleet? Is it Starfleet Academy or
Starfleet.
whatever?
Yeah, I believe it's a Starfleet commander. Yeah.
Starfleet, yeah. So Starfleet Academy, it could look like like they have multiple suits like Iron Man, so that could just be another version.
Right.
But I think it definitely looks goofy.
It was
That
goofy.
that I
On
would
the
say it looks
left, you
goofy.
can tell you see on the left, that's pretty huge a goofy. So you never saw what the actual version that Lex
The
Luthor and the
dome
armor
the
should
dome
be
should be
more
smaller.
realistic.
That dome for
It
the
should
head
be.
should be smaller. Uh,
Yes.
the shoulders should not be that crazy big. Uh, I don't even know what to say about the arms. It just looks stiff and weird.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird. It looks like similar compared to these two. I just don't see it. So
Is this a first draft or is this the final look?
which one? The one with the on the left?
Yeah.
I believe that that's the first look.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
They
the
might
official
refine
first
it.
look.
They'll definitely look at initial reactions, and if it gets the same reaction like we're giving, really it kind of looks like he's about to go on No Man's Sky.
No man's
Like
sky.
it doesn't have the feel of Lex Luthor's suit,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Okay, so I think that was it for it's about SnyderVerse versus GunnVerse fan base, and there's not much it has to say about that. So, final thoughts. What would you think about this whole thing and situation? A lot of details that what was going on about our details like the SnyderVerse and the GunnVerse.
We covered a lot, and all the stuff we covered, it's still not everything. There's just so much to cover, and I would think my final thought is that if you truly want to help the Snyderverse and you're truly not supporting the Gunverse, don't go see these movies. Don't support the show in any way or kind, and they will notice it. If you end up giving in, watch it on somebody else's shit so they don't put it on your name. Like don't put it
Yeah,
on your name. But I
no,
I get it. People want to go out. People want to have fun. Not everybody cares so much about I'll be that guy where like there's four of us that want to go out and they say, hey, we want to go out. We just want to go out and hang out. We're going to go see a movie. Okay, cool. What are we seeing? Supergirl. Nah, I'm not going. Oh, come on. We just want to hang out. Don't be a party pooper. WB is relying on this kind of shit. This is what they're
right,
relying on now. They're not
right.
looking for the diehard fan. They're looking for the everyday moviegoer just to like, hey, come on, let's just go out to have fun. So if you're like that and you don't mind the Gunverse, hey, you know what? You like eating shit? Go ahead, eat shit. I ain't gonna stop you. Go ahead. I You can tell somebody over and over again, don't eat that shit. But you can't stop them. If they want to eat the shit, let them eat the shit. Just make sure they know you're not making me eat that shit either. I'm not eating that shit. Nope. You can eat that shit. Nope. I'm staying away from that. I'll wait until my food is ready. And my food is Snyderverse. I'll wait.
Exactly.
I will wait. We've been waiting. We could wait a little longer, you know? So I hope this really like changes in the next like 5 or 10 years because it's not just DC. There's a lot of IPs suffering right now because Hollywood is just clueless. And Hollywood's clueless because they've put corporate mofos in charge now, right? Where they're business people and they don't really know what the crowd wants anymore. They try to guess off social media posts. And that's usually agendas,
Mhm.
which would explain why we're getting agenda-based characters in movies. And why do we need to know that they're like that Star Wars shit, the Acolyte? They didn't need to make it known that they were lesbians. That didn't even need to be a thing. You know, in the 80s and the 90s, they have plenty of movies that have lesbian not actresses, like lesbian characters in the movie,
Right.
and they're not so obvious about it. They nod towards it. You're an idiot if you don't realize it, because they're doing everything but saying out loud, I'm a lesbian. But when you go out of your way to put these things in front of people's faces on purpose, and then you forget about the main reason why people are coming, which is they like Star Wars, they like DC, they like Marvel, they like the characters, then that pisses the fan off. That makes them mad. That makes them very mad, because it's like you're treating us like idiots. The scripts, the things they're saying, I'm not believing you, and you keep repeating the same thing over and over again. We get it. We get it. Why are you treating the crowd like an idiot, the audience like an idiot? So you make sure we know what's going on in the story? Well, that's bad writing. If it was a good enough script and it was good enough acting, you wouldn't have to keep repeating this shit over and over again. We would know what's coming because we're anticipating it. We can't wait for it, And that's where we're at with SnyderVerse. After the SnyderVerse 4-hour cut was so good, we're just waiting and dying for more. Like, think about the way that ended. Oh my God. And he was in the black suit. We finally got Superman in the black suit. That never happened before. Dude, this was just like everything we ever wanted in that movie. And then it got cut. Like, it's like 4 hours. It's a 4-hour movie and we want more. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do it. Try. And that's what he did, because people told him, a 4-hour movie, you're crazy. Nobody will ever watch that. Wrong.
I
Wrong,
agree 100%. I agree
So-
100%. The same situation. Like, if I was going to eat shit, I would not eat shit. If I seen I'm waiting for my own plate of my own real food, you got you. That's what I wanted. And the same that I'm done with this whole situation is because all these nonsense, and I agree with you, Robot, is like not 100%, but 1000%. We just had enough with their nonsense. They needs to got to go, and especially fire James Gunn, fire Peter Safran, wallets closed and wallets locked. That's it. We just don't want to hear all these nonsense, and especially his fake fans. Let's say the James Gunn cultists. They needs to shut the fuck up and move on. If they don't like the SnyderVerse, then that's their problem. They're eating sloppy to shit, the diarrhea, like a lantern, diarrhea lanterns. You got you, like a pooty poop or whatever.
lanterns.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Cha-cha-cha, diarrhea.
The Beavis and Butthead. Thank you. That's
Dude,
what I'm thinking about.
I just did a Beavis and Butthead review recently, so it's in my head still. I got these Beavis and Butthead action figures, and I did a big thing. Like, I made it look like Beavis and Butthead was watching my channel, and I did all the editing to make it look like they're talking and make the voices match and everything. And
yeah, I think I saw that one. Yeah,
dude, all I have is Beavis and Butthead lines stuck in my head now, bro. Like,
oh, that's
like,
funny.
it's
That's
all in my
funny.
head now. I couldn't
I'll
help it.
check
You
out
kept saying diarrhea, so I'm like, diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
That's what I'm saying. They're eating sloppiness shit as diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. And I sent them a couple people where whatever it was, and I sent it to them because all these James Con cultists, they're diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. They're eating sloppiness shit. That's what this is to becoming. If they want to eat shit, they go for it. That's what it is. That's 1,000%, and I agree with you. That's nothing we else I can say this. All right, let's get to the end and wrap this up. And before we get into that, don't forget, click like, comments below, hit subscribe button, and check out the icon bell notifications in case you missed it or not. This is Typo Skyberg, and I'll see you around, guys. And let's not forget, Robot Reviews, what was that? The Ninja Turtles Robot Reviews.
Yeah, TMNT.
Subscribe.
Yeah, Robot Reviews, TMNT. Yep.
Make sure to subscribe him. And what you got to say?
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you, Tybone. And fuck the GunnVerse.
fuck the GunnVerse. The SnyderVerse lives. That's all we got
Restore
to say.
SnyderVerse. Hashtag Restore SnyderVerse.
And hashtag release the haircut. That's all we can use. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll see you around, guys. Take care.